It's time to look at some new features, and we're going to start with historic data. So every Aipex application on every device now keeps a history of key metrics. We're going to start by connecting to a Mac and asking the assistant to connect to the device and pull a summary of the Wi-Fi quality for the last 24 hours. And you can see it's rendered it as a chart and as a text summary here. And another new feature, we can also ask it to export as a CSV file. It's done that with 1 row per hour. I actually want it in more detail. I want 1 row per minute. I want an average of the Wi-Fi quality in every minute sample. It exports that. I put it into a spreadsheet, and you can now see if I chart it that the device was offline, it came back online and found a better access point. Let's flip to a Windows device and ask it about the history of CPU load. While the agentic assistant reaches to the device, we have continuous live updates on the left about the network state. And on the right now, we have a summary of the CPU activity averaged across 24 hours and a text summary. Let's ask it to break that down in more detail. We want to see the kernel and user components of the CPU load over the same 24-hour period. And there it is. It's rendered that for us and given us another summary and highlighted some things to talk about. Let's go back to the Mac and ask it for a summary of network activity. You can see TCP and UDP traffic for 24 hours there. And we're going to ask it to zoom in to the last hour. And so now we get that back, and you can see the 1-minute samples. You can actually see a spike in the UDP activity there. Another new feature, let's ask it to produce a table of the current live connections on this device. The assistant reaches to the device, it pulls it back, and it's going to render that in a table for us, which you can then sort and filter and download as another CSV file. Now that's the most effective way to interact with historic data. Let the AI assistant help you and analyze that. Of course, as a human, you can also go directly to all these properties on the device. So on the right, we've got the AI assistant rendering Wi-Fi data. On the left, we have data that's human readable. And you also have the performance charts here. Another new feature, you can now set the update frequency. So if you wanted to see updates twice a second, you can do that. By default, we send them once a second. You may want to slow it down so you're not so overwhelmed it doesn't scroll out of view too fast. You can also look at historical data here. So this is the last hour. Each of these charts now shows the average in an interval for every metric. That's the last 12 hours there, and you can flip back to the live view. This is just the beginning of what we'll be able to do with historical data. It's an amazing new capability, and it'll help you troubleshoot many more problems with the help of AI.